Hi everyone, welcome to Amazing Women's World. In this video I have come up with body sloper. Body sloper is nothing but marking of your body measurements, which is very much essential for the creation of any garment. Now let's get started. I would be marking on the 4 folds. In the center fold, start marking your measurements. Firstly, I would be showing on this piece of paper. Mark the shoulder line, leaving the small space on the top. On this line you should mark your neckline and shoulder line, followed by armhole, chest line, bust line, waistline and hip line. For the marking of the measurements, you must take the note of full body round measurements, that is the circumference of your body from the chest line to the hip line, wherein in the middle you will get full bust, lower bust, waistline, hip line. All you must take your body circumference or the body round, and all should be divided by 4. And also take a note that I would be marking the quarter part of the body measurements. Hip line is 40 inches, so I am dividing it by 4. And waistline 34 inches divided by 4. Take a note of all these measurements. And the shoulder part, you must take the measurements from right shoulder bone to left shoulder bone, and that should be divided by 2 to mark the shoulder length measurements. Now I'd be showing this on the chart. Consider this is the center fold. As I said, you should take 4 folds. Start marking from the center fold. Draw the shoulder line, leaving an half an inch from the top. From the center, mark 3 inches. This is the neck width, and shoulder length is 4.5 inches. Now mark the shoulder slope of 1 inch down from the shoulder line. From that point, mark the armhole length of 6.5 inches. Ensure that the shoulder length and armhole length both are equal. Both sides it is 7.5 inches, and 1 inch I would be taking out for the shoulder slope. Now connect these 2 lines. Please take a note that the measurements can be adjusted as per your requirement. Follow the pattern, mark your measurements. The chest line is also called as upper bust line, which we take measurements from just below the armhole. Pitch full circumference of the upper bust. On that 6.5 inches, mark the chest line, and the chest length is 9.5 inches. As I said, I am marking the quarter part of body measurements. The full length of chest is 38 inches. I would be taking the quarter part of that is 9.5 inches. Measure the highest point of your bust from the shoulder line, and I would be marking from shoulder 10 inches. This is where the bust point exists. And mark 1.5 inches down from the full bust line, that is called the lower bust. Now draw the lines. Lower bust is just below the full bust line. From the shoulder line, mark 15 inches down, that is the waistline, and mark on 21 inches, that is the hip line. Now I am ready with all the lines of full bust. lower bust, waistline and hip line. On the upper bust line, mark 9.5 inches, and also on the armhole line, mark the midpoint, that is 3.25 inches, as I marked 6.5 inches for the armhole. Connect these 2 points by joining the 2 points with the curved line, and from that midpoint mark 3/4 inch inside and connect that to the chest line. From the shoulder line, connect with the free-handed curved line, or else you can use the French ruler to give the curved shape. The inside line which we marked the arm circle is the front bodice, and the outside curved line is the back bodice. And now I'll show you how to design the neckline. I'll be marking 6 inches the neck deep and 3 inches is the neck width, connecting this with the intersecting lines. You can design any shape in this rectangle box. Doing like this, you'll get the perfect shapes for designing the neckline. Now I'll show you the construction of the bust part. Mark the full bust and lower bust measurements, which is 9.5 inches. The lengths of each line will vary from person to person. Whatever the measurements, mark it and connect with the lines. Mark the waist length of 8.5 inches and the hip length of 10 inches. Now I'll join all this together by drawing with the line, or you can use the shaper scale. Place on the points like this and connect the points by drawing the lines. I've done with the outline structure. Now I'd show how to mark the inside measurement. That means the full bust. Mark the bust span. Bust span is nothing but the difference between the 2 bust points or the apex. Measure the length between the 2 bust points, that should be divided by 2. That is called the bust span. From the center fold on the full bust line, mark the 4 inches, and from the shoulder line, mark 10 inch. Both the points where it is intersecting, that is called the bust point or apex. Now from the bust point towards the waist line, mark 1/2 inch down, and from the hip line just above towards the waistline, mark 1.5 inch up. Connect these 2 points by joining the line. This line will intersect on the waistline. On this line, either sides mark 1/2 inch. Now connect these 4 points by joining the lines. This is the way of creation of waist dart. This dart is called as diamond dart or the double dart. The center line is called as dart fold, and the side join lines is called as dart legs. In this way, we'll give the waist dart to any garment. What exactly the dart means? Removing of extras and giving the perfect shape to your structure. The dart is not particularly fixed to one area. It could be anywhere near the neckline, arm side, waistline, and the side bust. The main purpose of using the dart is giving the shape by removing the extra fabric. Now I will be showing how to give the side bust dart. From the apex or the bust point, mark 1.5 inch on the full bust line, and towards the sides. From the full bust line, mark 1 inch down. To that line on either sides, mark the dotted lines with 1/2 inch distance. Connect all the 3 lines to the full bust point. The dotted lines is called as dart legs, and the straight line or the thick line is called as dart fold. You can also directly connect that to apex or the bust point. But doing like this, you will elevate the exact point of your bust and it will look like the cone on the top. That's why we'll give the distance cap and connect with the dart. I've done with the side bust dart and the waist dart, giving the construction of the body measurements. This is one way of giving the side bust dart. Now I'll show you the easy way which you can blindly mark your bust dart measurements. As I've shown previously, mark your shoulder line, mark the armhole, chest line, waistline and hip line. Connect all the points. Why this is so easy? Because you don't require to take the lower bust, full bust. Just mark the upper bust, that is chest line, and the waistline, then the hip line. Connect all this by joining the lines on these points. Now measure the distance between the chest line and the waistline and take the mark of the midpoint. Mark that midpoint on this side line and now mark 1/2 inch on either sides of this point. And now mark highest point of your bust from the shoulder line, that is 10 inches, and from the center fold mark 4 inches, which is the bust span. Both points should intersect. This is called as bust point. And mark 1/2 inch below the bust point and 1.5 inch away from the bust point. And now connect all the 3 points by joining with the lines to this point. As I said, the center line is called as dart fold and the side 2 dotted lines is called as dart legs. Mark the waist dart as I've shown previously. Mark 1/2 inch dots on either sides of the line. Connect that with the double dart. The center should be the waistline. I've done with the type 2 side bust dart manipulation with the waist darts. Now I'll compare type 1 and type 2 and show the difference. Place the 2 drafts parallelly and compare the darts. Both the ways you will get the same result. Check out the side bust dart points. It exists on the seam place where we drew. There is no difference in between the two patterns. You can follow the pattern which you like. Now I'd be showing the back body sloper. As I said, I'm marking on the center fold of 4. Now I'd be separating the 2 for the back. This is having the same, the shoulder line, armhole, chest line, waistline and the hip line as how we drafted for the front panel. Now for the back neckline, I would be marking 2 inches neck deep, connecting with the U-shaped neckline to the shoulder line. Now from the hip line, I would be marking 1.5 inches towards the waistline. And from the chest line, I would be marking down towards the waistline 1.5 inches, connecting these 2 points by joining the line which will intersect on the waistline. Ensure that the straight line marking should be the midpoint of the shoulder line. Now on the waistline, mark 1/4 inch on either sides to that line. Connect with the double dot, connecting all the points. Like this will give the waist dart to the back body slope. If you know how to draft the body slope, it is very easy to create any garment like dresses, kurtis, salwar kameez. Hope you like this video. For more videos, do subscribe to my channel and you can enjoy watching the latest fashions. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.